One.
Imakatsu and Jackal want you to slow down. A special box to help Lucky Craft and the official release of our custom color in the Osakana Slide 170. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined this fine Sunday morning by my buddy Jeffrey the King. Jeff,
What's up, dude?
happy Sunday.
Absolutely.
Thank you for wearing green.
Oh, yes.
I like twinning with you.
Yeah,
The
buddy.
black hats, the green shirt. Pants are different.
The pants are a bit different.
And I'm drinking.
And a beer.
And you're a bum.
Yeah, buddy.
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. I am so far.
Yeah, we could tell.
Even better.
It's crazy. All you do in this store is just drink beer and go home.
And yell at people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on. More. I don't know what I'm yelling at. Let's just talk about some dope baits, shall we? So, you guys just saw our new hype commercial on our custom color Raid Osakana Slide 170. This has been a project that's been in the works for quite some time, so I'm super stoked to bring this out. Now, we released the Osakana Slide a few months back. They blew out of here. It was one of probably the most anticipated release that we maybe have ever done. And for good reason. This, you know, soft glide category is obviously a growing category. It's amidst a ton of controversy, right? Because some of our bigger, amazing industry leaders don't know how to make their own bait, so they steal from others, but not the case with Raid and the Osakana Slide. So, you know, this is a category of baits that's actually been around for quite some time, and it's really cool to see that it's finally getting some traction and some improvements and some really good baits out there. So what the Raid does is, obviously, if you guys just checked out the opening sequence, it's an amazing glide bait under the water that has some benefits to other glides on the market. And first and foremost, the biggest benefit is that it's a line through. So instead of it being a rigged system, this actually has the ability to be a line through, because one of the challenges to soft glides over hard glides is the hookup ratio and land ratio tends to be worse on the soft than on the hard, because typically on the hard, the hooks are dangling down, and on the soft, they're kind of tucked in. So this gives the ability, once it's hooked, for the bait to separate, and your land ratio is gonna go way up. The other thing that that does is it increases the durability of the bait. And this bait is super durable. I mean, we can take one bait. Jeff, when you and me and Griff and CJ, we only had 2 samples in the very beginning, and we took those 2 samples for like 2 months around jacking them, and they still worked.
Yeah, they still work. They
So
work better, actually, after beating them up.
And that's another thing that I wanted to touch base on. So out of the box, these are going to come as a floater. Okay, so they're going to float. As you start moving them and gliding them, they are going to glide subsurface, and if you pause it, it has a tendency to float up. Now, as you use it and water starts soaking into the plastic, it will eventually become a super slow sink, almost suspend type bait. And you can of course use nail weights if you want to weight it and have it have a different sink rate, but there's a couple of little tiny holes on the top of the bait that allow water to kind of get in and allow it to be a little bit more neutral density after some use, which is what Jeff is referring to. So if you guys have been using this, I know you've been excited about getting more of these in your arsenal. If you're new to this category, what I will tell you, the #1 question I get is, you know, I'm trying to use it like a slide swimmer and it's not working. This is it's a 6-inch bait. right? It's 170 millimeters. So this is gonna be about the same size as like a 6-inch mag draft. So your movements are gonna be much smaller and tighter to get this thing to move and glide. If you just throw it out there and swim it in, it will just have a nice natural S motion to it. And you can combine those two. You can give it just a little swim and then kick it, and it'll kind of glide out, and then kick it back and cut it. There's a lot of things you can do with this. It's an incredibly versatile bait. Game Over, the color that's in my hand.
Beautiful.
Just very simple.
Yeah.
It's a pearl white shad based color, which is in this shop our #1 color that we take all over the place and destroy on. So, you know, when Raid initially made them, they made some incredible colors, and I'll walk back through the original colors with you. Instantly, it's like, well, where's the white one?
Yeah.
Right? So we created it. So it's pretty much just a solid, straight white pearl. Got a little smoke around the eye, a little orange just underneath the chin. If you hold it up to the light, it's semi-transparent, and it kind of turns almost like a muted chartreuse pearl. It's a really cool color that everybody's gonna catch fish on. So there's a look at the Game Over. Now, this is a shop custom. It's the only place you're gonna get them. We will do another smaller release in the spring, but this is it, and that will be it. So if it's a color that you know this season is coming, you're gonna wanna scoop them up, make sure you have them. So there you go. Game Over Osakana slide is available. Let me run through the other 6 colors. Don't steal that, Griff, that's mine. IU, okay, pretty straightforward. Jeff, you like IU.
I do.
The Bait, another like half transparent supernatural color. The color that we started it all with, Pearly Chartreuse, which at first we thought, oh my God, that's a bright color, but when it's actually in the water, it's like
great.
perfect.
Yeah, you can
it's
see
an
it on the
amazing color. Yep. Pink Trick.
That was the other one I liked.
Another one, yep. In fact, when the first 6 came, Jeff chose the pink one, just to prove a point to me. My favorite, Golden Magic. Well, besides Game Over.
Right.
Yeah, of course. And then finally, Hustler. Okay, so there you go. 6 core colors in the Osakana slide. I assume these are gonna fly again. So if you guys want these in your arsenal, make sure you scoop these up, plus the addition of Game Over. Now, one quick little trick. The bait is going to come with a dual treble system, okay? So it's going to come like this. Now, it comes with that stinger, and that's just going to aid in hookup ratio. So, you know, the line's gonna go through the bait, goes through the nose, comes out here, you're gonna tie this treble hook on. You're gonna insert the treble hook just like that into the bait. This back here, you can leave flopping if you want. You can put these 2 right behind the fin to kind of hold it. You can put one of these into the bait to hold it, which is how I do it. Or you can take this off completely and just use that straight hook, which is another great way to go. A lot of guys are also changing out just that straight treble and going to a quad. So you can do a size 1 or 1/0 quad with that as well, and that would give you 3 hook points out. So play with it, try it, experiment with it. But the one biggest thing I can tell you is because those hooks are tucked on the bait, when you get bit, you're gonna wanna give them a split second. This isn't like a traditional glide bait where you get bit and you're instantly on and because they're hooked on the side. This is going in their mouth. So you want them to be able to kind of turn and exhale and then just put pressure on it, and just the pressure will get that hook engaged and let that bait slide up, and your land ratio will be awesome. So there you go, guys. Enjoy the Osakana Slide 170 from Raid, available now. By the way, we didn't spec this out for you guys, so if this is a new bait to you, it's 170 millimeters, so roughly 6 inches, and it's 46 grams. Okay, so you're about 1 3/4 ounces, somewhere in there. So I throw this, the 2 rods that I've been using, the Mark 56 from Megabass, and then the diffuser from Raid in their Gladiator Anti-line. You could throw this on something like a BMG. So any of your shad glide rods will be perfect for that guy. All right, Jeff, let's jump over to our friends at Lucky Craft. A couple weeks ago, we talk to you guys about the devastating earthquake that happened on the 1st of January. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos. You know, Lucky Craft's factory is basically right at the epicenter of there, and a lot of their workers, a lot of the Lucky Craft family have lost homes, they've been displaced. A lot of places are still without power, without water. And Lucky Craft is really just finding their footing and trying to keep all their staff and their team and their family motivated and encouraged to, you know, tackle it, move on, and look towards the future. And so, you know, a couple weeks ago when I reached out to them, they asked everybody just to pray for Japan and to send well wishes. And you guys have been so incredibly supportive, and they've been very grateful. In fact, watch this message from my buddy Minoru, the president of Lucky Craft, and my other buddy Brent Ayler. Take a look.
Hello, hookup tackle community. Just wanted to give you guys a thank you for everything you've done. You know, there's a giant earthquake in Japan, in Nanao City, which is where the Lucky Craft factory is. So pretty awesome what everyone's doing in the community of the hookup tackle. They've been helping raise a bunch of money, and whatever, what do you have to say?
Thank you very much for all the prayers, giving us a very warm message through the Instagram and YouTube message. I deeply appreciate. Thank you very much.
Arigato
gozaimasu.
All right, so we want to do whatever we can to continue to support Lucky Craft, and I know a lot of you guys do as well. So, you know, we've asked them, you know, what can we do? Do you want us to set up a GoFundMe? Do you want us to donate money? What can myself, the store, the community do? And they basically just asked, just keep praying for Japan, wish them well, be positive. They're trying to stay super positive. And, you know, if you guys need any Lucky Craft baits, order Lucky Craft baits, whether it's from myself or your local store, or if you're a tackle store that's watching, just send orders through so that the factory can keep receiving. That's the biggest motivation for them that they can ask for. So we created a little special support Lucky Craft box. So they reached out and said they had a bunch of blanks, asked if they could do a special run color for us that we could include today, and also in our JDM subscription bento that you guys, if you're subscribers, you should have received. And we said, of course, make them up, pick the color, and the color that they picked was Esadon. So this is a special Esadon support Lucky Craft box. I'm gonna walk through this with you, okay? So inside of this box, you're gonna get 3 Lucky Craft baits that have never been done in Esadon before. Now, Esadon's a custom color we do here in the shop. It is essentially just a beautiful kind of morning dawn pink. It's a super subtle color. It has a little hit of chartreuse, like a transparent chartreuse on the bottom, and then a nice kind of shad scale clear side. So it's just an excellent clear water color that myself and the president of Lucky Craft, Minoru, that you just saw, we were pond fishing one day, and we're like, this is what we need. The water is so clear, we just need this crystal clear type color, and it's turned out to be a favorite of a lot of people. So the 3 baits you're gonna get a Pointer 100, never been done before in Esadon. You're gonna get an LC 1.5 DRS, so that's the deep rattling sound version, and you're gonna get a Gunfish 95 in the Esadon. And so $49.99, okay? And then we're going to include, for free, a OSP Varuna, also in Esadon. So OSP Lucky Craft buddies. And so, you know, we have done the color that we created with Lucky Craft in OSP bait, so it was only fitting that we drop one of those in for you. So you're gonna get that bait for free. And then I'm also going to include a pack of the new Otaku's Candy OSP Dual Live Beaver 3.5 inch for you guys for free as well. Just as a way, I'm gonna give something, OSP's gonna give something, and if that speaks to you and you wanna support Lucky Craft, there's enough for 100 boxes. So if you guys would like it, pray for them. If you tag me in any post, I will share it with them, and we'll just continue to support our friends over there in Lucky Craft. All right, while we're on Lucky Craft, some new colors land in the Gunfish 115 No Feather. Now, these colors were done originally in the 95 No Feather. Now, the No Feather, the traditional Gunfish comes with a treble hook on the front and a feathered treble on the back. The No Feather removes that feather. So what it does is it allows you to just work it slightly more aggressively. Okay, so a lot of times the Gunfish with that feather, you know, when you move it, you have to let that feather kind of push to the side. And if you go too fast, the feather can kind of wrap around the treble hook. By eliminating that feather, you can work it a little more aggressively and cut it a little faster. And some guys just prefer that. So it's just a personal preference thing. But the colors are super sick. So KL Pro Blue, which is a dirty pro, probably the coolest pro blue, honestly, of any brand that I know. Hey, you're shaking your head, Jeff.
That one's sick.
Yeah, I don't know why nobody has thought to incorporate that kind of morning dawn pink on top before, but it looks dirty. The opposite color, JP Matte Tiger. I've always been floored with Matte Tiger. I want to live somewhere where this color catches them, and we sell gazillions of it. So a lot of you guys get to have a lot of fun. How about JP Orange Tiger? Let's just keep getting crazy.
Can we go back to natural colors?
Oh, back to natural.
Yeah,
okay.
Can we do that?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
So if you're in the Amazon, the Zebra Neon Tetra, popular one. Or if you're in Florida and you're fishing canals, or people just throw their aquariums in there, they're probably, you know, bass love Neon Tetras. Impact Yellow. You said natural, right?
Yeah.
How about Pink Shore?
Natural colors.
Okay, I'll end with natural.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate.
There you go. Bone Arari
Okay.
and Arari.
Thank you.
Okay, so there you go. Bunch of cool new colors. All these colors, by the way, inspired by the Amazon. Could you tell? So,
Yeah, no wonder.
pretty fun. So there you go. New 115 No Feathers from Lucky Craft. All right, how about a bait that was inspired by America?
Okay.
So normal colors is basically what I'm
Oh,
saying.
no.
Okay. You know what we needed in Lucky Craft was another LC.
I was
Right?
gonna say like a chatterbait or
No, relax.
spinnerbait or...
No, look.
No?
There's
Okay.
always holes within the LC line. that
right,
We're just
always.
gonna keep filling until none of us have any clue what any of the
I'm
LCs
excited
mean.
to sound or hear how long this name is.
This one's pretty easy actually.
Oh.
It's just the LC 1.5 XD SRS.
Oh,
Okay, so it is a 1.5
right.
XD.
XD. Which
So
means
extra deep.
Extra deep.
Okay, it is an SRS.
SRS.
So a single rattle sound. Okay, or a subtle rattle sound.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
It could be either.
Got it.
So call whatever you'd like. Now, 4 colors. Let me spec this out for you guys really quick. 2 3/8 inches, so 60 millimeters, half ounce, 14.5 grams. The target dive depth is 7 to 8 feet with this. So I know it's an XD, but keep in mind this is in their square bill XD. So this is more one that you're just gonna kind of run bank, throw it down a rocky riprap bank, or, you know, cross a point, something like that. This is gonna be a good one for that. So 4 colors. We have Aurora Citrus, we have Chartreuse Shad, we have TO Sharp Blue, and then of course we have Ghost Minnow. And I'll take this out and I'll demonstrate. So you can see that there's 2 separate cavities. There's a fixed weight in the head that gives the bait a kind of a vertical posture as this is coming through, and of course it's going to be a slow floating crankbait. And then just a subtle rattle sound. Okay, I want you to hear it. See how subtle that was?
SRS.
SRS, baby. So there you go. Brand new crankbait from Lucky Craft, available now. Huge restock from Lucky Craft in the LV500 as well. I know a lot of you guys are getting to this season, so all the key colors are back from Lucky Craft. So if you guys are looking for reds, I see Mad Craw over there, Delta Craw, Spring Craw's back. If you're looking for shads, there's all the Chartreuse Shad, Skeets Magic, Ghost Minnow, so on and so forth. So great time to scoop those up. LV500s are back from Lucky Craft. All right, Jeff, a bait for your people.
Oh.
Swim it.
Right. Yep. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
The Imakatsu
Yeah.
Lazy Swimmer 9
Okay. That's a
in
big
stock.
swim bait.
Okay, now I know a lot of you are thinking, hasn't it been out for a while? Yes, it's taken me a while to get to the palette, but because I knew it was taking a while, I added a few other colors that haven't been released here in the US as well. So if you're new to this, I'm gonna break it down for you. If it's a bait that's already in your arsenal, there's some new color options that might be really cool. So first, let's take a look at it in the package.
Okay.
So here's the rainbow trout color, by the way.
Beautiful.
Probably my favorite thing about the package is the side. You read it?
Huge lazy fish here.
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 Yeah. So I think it's referring to this.
I think so.
Yeah, it's just a huge lazy fish. Yeah.
Here.
So I think it's pretty cool. Now, let me spec it out. It is 9 inches, 5.5 ounces. By the way, everything you need to know about the bait is on the back of the package. So this is going to come as a slow float, but you can put nail weights in to adjust the sink rate, and the exact locations of where those nail weights go are on the package. Okay, so it's all laid out for you. They also show you if you want to attach another hook. They tell you the size, 1/0 if you want to add a stinger. Comes with a 3/0, by the way, it's 3/0 BKK. Now, this is the Hyuo color. Okay, and I chose this just so we can see into the bait, just to kind of talk through. Now, as the bait comes, it's going to come as a floater. It is designed to fish super lazy, okay? Very, very slow, okay? This isn't something you want to burn in. This is designed to just have this little quiver. The tail is just barely moving to create a super lifelike look of a fish that's struggling, that's maybe sick, that's maybe didn't know there was a predator around, just kind of chilling, right? Maybe it's drunk on Orion.
Right.
Right. Now, it has this internal structure system here that also has a hole in it, okay? So you can see you see that? There's like a hole. So that's a hollow transfer hole that you can use if you wanted to rig it with side stingers, okay? So I know a lot of you guys fish for big spots that smoke kokanee, smoke trout, smoke big shad, smallmouth, right? And so a lot of times that side stinger is a popular way to go. So it gives you the ability to do that and keep that hook there. This is how it comes rigged. So it comes with a top hook and a treble hook. This treble hook is designed to fit into these side fins. So it will hold it into place. Of course, you can detach that if you want just the top hook, and you can weight it with heavier weights, sink it to the bottom and fish it like you would just a real slow HUD. Lots of different things you can do with it. Color wise, they are going to come in a couple different types of colors. There's going to be traditional colors, and then there's also going to be these kind of 3D painted colors, right? So there's Hasus, there's Hyuos, there's Silver Shiners, there's trouts, so on and so forth. So take a look. If you guys are into, big soft plastics, it might be a fun one to play with. The only, you got to have some patience. Okay, so this is a fishing slow kind of bait. Jeff, where would you implement this into an arsenal if you're a swim bait angler and you're looking to just expand? Where would you implement this?
Well, I mean, what's nice is that out of the box it's a floater, so you can adjust to, all right, I'm going to be fishing, a spot that's an 8 foot, but then you can add more nail weights to it and sink it down to a spot that's 30 to 40 feet. So the adjustability of it's nice. And then the bottom hook hanger as a floater. So I mean, 8-inch HUDs back in the day had a bottom hook hanger. They took that away, and a lot of guys have been, fiending over those OG 8-inch HUDs. So this can be a great replacement. Keep it as a floater, have it rigged on the bottom so you can fish it high in the water column. Put a single nail weight so it's super, super slow sink, and you can fish them around docks or trees and stuff like that. Very Southern Trout Eaters-esque. So yeah, I like the idea of it.
Yep, I love the colors.
Yeah, colors
one thing Imakatsu has always done amazing well is colors. So this 3D printed color, I mean, it looks
great.
dirty. Yeah, so I think you guys will enjoy. So give them a look, take a peek. The Imakatsu Lazy Swimmer 9 are in stock now. All right, and while we are on Imakatsu, how about a new topwater for non-swim bait guys? Okay, the new Jagi mouth from Imakatsu is available now. Now there's 5 colors, okay? I'll give you $20 if you can guess the name of that color.
$20?
Yeah.
Well, pretty simple. It's Sexy Shad.
No, it's Erotica Shad. Way off, Jeff. Not even close. Spec it out. Oh my God.
What happened?
Don't tell me I'm to that point.
No, you have glasses on.
God, it's got to be the lighting. Who's in charge of the lighting around here? Quiet down, Carmen. 128 millimeters.
Yes.
25 grams.
Okay.
Okay, so you're between
ounce.
3/4 and an ounce, right? Let's take this out. So, Imakatsu makes some really interesting topwaters, right? And there's a lot of walking baits on the market. Imakatsu is one of those brands that's just really well known for taking something and tweaking it in a way that's just a little bit different, right? So you'll notice that the overall shape is just slightly different. There's some little grooves and bumps that are going to give the bait a little different look. It's weighted in the rear, so it's going to have this kind of downward pause if you are to pause it, and when you move it, it is going to pop up and then back down and then pop up and back down, right? So you're going to get a lot of movement out of it. Now, what really makes this The Jagi mouth, so the iron mouth is a bait that's been out before. The Jagi mouth is just a little bit different shape on the front. It's going to give you this kind of cupped metal face that's going to spit. It's always going to allow the bait to kind of cut side to side and just give it a different sound and a different spit as it's moving. So you get the combination of a walking bait, a spinning bait, and just a different sound with metal that's kind of forcing it to do different things. So might be a really fun bait to add to the arsenal. Everybody throws pencil poppers at this point. This might be a cool one to do. So again, there's 5 colors. They're all pretty natural, right? So 3 of them kind of have this transparent flash to them. Of course, you saw erotica shad, right? And then the other ones are more just kind of like flash IU, chartreuse, so on and so forth. So the Jagi mouth from Imakatsu, those are also available now. I love inspirational words from Japanese tackle companies, don't you, Jeff?
Yeah.
Catch the impossible. Make your dreams happen.
Wow.
You guys can do it, okay? Staying with inspirational quotes,
yes.
Okay? How about a new company and some new baits to the US market? There's another one that we've been sitting on for a while, just haven't got to it, but excited to finally release it. You and I actually put our hands on these and ordered these a year ago.
Yeah.
Right, so look, I know, I'm behind on some things, okay? But it's season and they're here, so let's talk about it. Maybe we should start with the inspirational quote on the side. Everyone should believe in something. I believe I'll go fishing. That's gonna be my bio, Jeff, okay? This is the high performance glide bait from EisVogel. Okay, so a new company. This is the Avido 190. Okay, so it is available in 6 different colors. Okay, so I'm gonna walk through them with you really quick and I'll take it out and I will discuss it. So some very natural and pretty straightforward shad type patterns. Whew, that one was ridiculous. Nobody needs this. This is actually the one that made me stop and talk to him. So this is the one that I'm gonna talk about.
Okay.
Because I'm a sucker for white, I'm a sucker for pink. All right, let's take this guy out. Come here, Avido.
Easy does it.
Okay. Inside of the box, Jeff, will you hold this for me?
Sure.
There is going to be one bait and a spare tail, okay? So this is 190 millimeters, 2.7 ounce, okay? So you're still in that, kind of, I would say that mid-range size glide, so you could probably throw this on your shad glide rod, no problem. Or on the lower end, if you guys are like a 2 to 8 ounce rod, fine. Okay, this will work great. So it is obviously a single joint glide bait. There are 9 million single joint glide baits on the market. This bait does a couple things different. So first off, the joints are attached by swivels. Okay, so most are just attached by just kind of a loop to loop. This actually has a swivel in between that gives that tail slightly more ability to rotate. And what's important to note about that is that this bait was designed to do 3 different things. It's designed to be a fast cutting bait like you would expect in a shad glide, and that's going to work with the tail that comes on it. Okay, so the tail that comes on it, as you move it, it's going to be fast cutting, sharp turns, okay? If you attach the longer tail to it, it's going to give it the ability to have wide glides, and it moves really far for a bait of this size. So I think you guys are gonna be really impressed with how wide the bait moves. The other thing that it does is by having that pivot point, it also allows you to just do a straight burn. Okay, so it's kind of combining like a glide bait, you know, a slow wide glide, a fast cutting glide, and like a Ballum style burn bait all in one. And a lot of you guys, you don't need one bait to do a bunch of different things, so this might be a cool one for you to play with. The other thing that's dope is it's not incredibly expensive. $59.99 for a glide bait that does multiple things. It's a price point that, you know, is worth taking a stab at and trying and see if you can add it into your arsenal. So there you go, the new Avido 190. If you're gonna believe in something, just believe that you should go fishing, okay? Amazing quote. There you go, that is available now from EisVogel. And while we are on EisVogel, if you guys are part of our monthly subscription box, you would have received one of these guys. This is the Freegle Bug for inch. So this is a basically a crawl bait that is designed to be a free rig bait. Now you can use it as a crawl if you'd like. You could, I mean, do whatever you want with it. Yeah. Not my place to say what to do with it. Okay, but it was designed as a free rig bait. Okay, so it is a special blend of plastic that's designed to balance these wider claws with the weight of the body. The shape of the body was taken into consideration as well. So you notice it's kind of thinner. It's grooved on the bottom, flat on the top. It has these legs. The purpose is that they wanted this bait to fall, you know, when you free rig a doe live beaver, as it's falling through the water, it's giving that great kind of dolphin kick, right? It's got a lot of beautiful action, and then when the weight separates off of it, it kind of turns horizontal and has that crawl kind of fall to it. They essentially wanted to imitate that kind of 2-in-1 idea. So as it's falling, you're gonna get the claws that are gonna move. Now it's kind of a thick, bulky crawl. They didn't want it to be overly intrusive, so it's kind of a very subtle fall. And then when the weight separates, the bait also kind of hangs horizontal and has more of a glide. So where the beaver kind of falls almost like a Senko, this is going to turn horizontal also, and it's just gonna keep kind of gliding in that horizontal. So it gives you a different look. The tails quiver, might be a fun one to play with. We're just gonna have to try it, see what we think. So a bunch of cool colors, all a nice natural crawl type pattern. So there you go, the EisVogel Freegle Bug 4-inch, those are also available now. All right, Jeff, the reel that you have been waiting for. The reel that's gonna turn you from a swim bait angler to a finesse angler.
Okay. I'm gonna assume it's a Daiwa or Shimano spinning reel.
The brand new Sevin spinning reel from St. Croix, available now. Now, don't worry, there's 2 models.
Okay.
Okay, so there's a GS and a GX. I'm gonna walk through both these with you. You're gonna be floored.
Okay.
Now, in all seriousness, Sevin is a new reel company that St. Croix started. I don't know, I'm curious to see where it goes, right? This is a curiosity thing for me. So I know when we talked about the Sevin bait casters, a lot of people are like, Sevin, what the, right? I'm curious. I wanna see what happens. Now, let me show them to you. Am I gonna be adding these into my personal arsenal? Of course not.
Oh.
Oh, relax.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you that they're anything other than what they are.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just talk through them. They are designed and machined with durability in mind. Okay. Don't know if that's actually going to be the case because they're brand new. Okay, so none of us have any experience with them, but that is the point of the build. I'm not going to lie, this one, pretty good looking. So this is the GS. This is a $140 spinning reel. There's lots of interesting cosmetics. You kind of get like that Star Trek logo on the top, right?
I see that.
It's kind of cool, that two-tone with the Sevin and the spool. You guys might really like it. The drag, I don't know. It doesn't do anything for me. I think they had the right idea. I think the grooves are a little too notchy, but I think it's just a day in and day out reel. It might have some game, so it might be something that some of you are super intrigued by. It's gonna be interesting to see how the performance is, but these are available in a 2500 and a 3000. And then, if you wanted something fancier, there's also the GX version, okay? So, very similar frame, slightly different head here, more of a cutout, so slightly lighter. So, there you go, couple reels, 180 on this guy, okay? So, this one's gonna be competing against a Stratic, a Tatula. I'm gonna be very curious to see how the people respond, if anybody's willing to take a stabber. But there you go, if you wanna try something different and something new, there you go, 2500 and 3000 size, Sevins and the GS and GX, those are available now. Give us your feedback, okay? We're all curious, we all wanna know, yeah, just share. There you go, available now. All right, let's go back to some cool things. Okay. The Deadslowler by Jackall has finally made it here. Okay, now Jackall paddle tails, super popular here. A lot of you guys love them. This is available in, I believe, 5 colors. So, you know, there's anywhere from thunder shads to some green pumpkins to some whites, so on and so forth, right? So what the Deadslowler does, let me just take one of these out. Now, Jeff, we talk about trends of what we're seeing in Japan quite a bit. And one of the trends has been to slow down and to keep baits in the fish's face for longer periods of time, okay? So they wanted to develop a paddle tail that could be fished ultra slow. And the way they did that, by still maintaining the shape and swimmability, was essentially to give it more of a hollow ribbed body, so that these ribs are kind of fighting against the water to give the bait some body roll, to give it some head shake, while still maintaining that tail kick. Now the tail still can kick at an ultra slow speed because it's a little bit thinned out on the back. So this is something that, you know, if you know they're set in a way to where they should be eating a paddle tail or swim bait, but you just don't want to fish too quick through them, they're just a little lethargic or, you know, standoffish for whatever reason, this might be an interesting one to throw in. Super popular in Japan. Most guys are going to use this on an unweighted EWG style hook, okay? And that unweighted will allow you to go even torturously slower than if you were to put like a beast hook or something on there with a weight. Okay, so you guys can play with it, you can try different things, but pretty cool bait. I think you guys will catch a ton of fish on it. Again, super popular, so I think it's gonna be a hit with you guys. You just have to have the patience to slow down and really pick stuff apart with it, and the colors are great. So there you go, Deadslowler from Jackal. By the way, it's 4.8 inches, and it's recommended to use a 4/0 or a 5/0 EWG style hook with it. Of course, you can use a twist lock as well, but try it unweighted so you can really get the full potential of that slow movement. Those are available now. All right, Jeff, some new drop shot weights. Drop shot innovation. I lied. Free rig weights. Oh, I lost to you still. All right. From our friends at BumbleBee Lures in Japan, the shot-free ST is finally available, Jeff. Finally? I know you're waiting on this.
Okay.
After a year of development, it is here.
You've been talking to me about it. Break it down.
It's a free rig weight.
Okay, and?
It's a slightly different shape.
Okay.
That they believe gives you better bottom contact.
Just what I like to hear.
It is a larger swivel. So you can use it on heavier line if you're using it on braid or anything like that. It's a larger swivel on the head, so you're gonna have less vibration happening than a traditional free rig bait. And there you go. They're inexpensive, dude. It's a free rig. It's a free rig weight. Okay, so everybody's trying different things. It's kind of like a blue steel, you know? Blue steel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that makes a difference.
No.
They're tired of seeing like silver fall. They want to see blue steel.
Are the fish eating that or?
No, it's just it's an attractor.
No, I got you. I got you.
Yeah. So there you go. Something good.
Tungsten?
No, relax.
Lead.
Okay. Yeah.
Lead. Got it.
Got it. Okay. Glad we covered that one. How about a return of the Dranckrazy Whipper? Okay. So this is a bait that we introduced maybe 2 months ago. It's become a really fun one to use. It is a pretty lifelike, realistic frog, obviously. Designed with a elastomer style body, so it's gonna be a real high floating frog. Designed to be a topwater bait, okay? So this would be one where if you just wanted to rig it on an EWG style hook, you can. It will take a 3/0 or a 4/0, by the way, and it's just gonna have that real natural kind of frog kick and recoil to it. So when you pull it, the legs are going to extend. When you relax it, they are going to recoil back, and it's gonna look just like a frog kind of swimming through the water. So just gives you something different. Okay, kind of a fun little bait to try. They're gonna come 2 to a pack, and again, it's kind of that elastomer style plastic, so it's gonna be super durable. You're gonna get a lot of life out of it. Might be a fun little thing to play with. Okay, so there you go, the Whipper from Dranckrazy. Those are back in stock, and all kinds of cool colors, from whites to green pumpkins, so on and so forth. All right, and then finally, Jeff, let's end it with a bait for my people. BFS trout people. The return, plus a bunch of new colors from Smith in the Smith Niakis inline spinner. Jeff just fainted with excitement. Just wait, Jeff, we're gonna go back to Japan and we're gonna do some small stream fishing with spinners. We're gonna go super old school. We're gonna put them on stringers so those fly fishermen really freak the fuck out. Here you go. In all seriousness, Smith makes the most famous inline spinner in Japan. Okay, so the Niakis spinner is basically the industry standard over there. It's essentially to Japan what like the Panther Martin would be to the US.
Interesting.
Right? So the Niakis is available in 5 different sizes. Okay, now pay attention if this is something that's interesting. There's a new 12-gram size. Okay, now you're too young to remember this. Okay. But when I was tournament fishing, December, January, February, when it was cold and snowing and water temps were low and they wouldn't bite anything, the dudes that would win every tournament were literally just a straight inline spinner on a spinning rod, running bank. It's one of those baits where it catches them when nothing else will. Not my favorite way to fish.
I see.
Boring as fuck. But sometimes they just need to get bit. I mean, you weren't there the day that me and my brother and CJ went fishing. My brother whipped my butt on a spinner when it was tough, right? So, might have some game in heavier water, even in a lake situation. So there's a 12 gram, and there is a, where am I at? A 12 gram, what the hell is happening to me? Oh, here it is. 12 gram and 4 gram come with treble hooks.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The other 3 sizes are gonna come with single hooks. So there's a 3 gram, a 6 gram, and a 9 gram. Those are gonna come with single hooks. Okay, now of course you can change them out if you want a single hook on the 12 gram or a treble hook on the 9 gram. You can. What makes a Smith Niakis so good? Well, like anything that's kind of the staple in its category, is that it catches fish better than the other ones. Okay, so you're gonna have a swiveled front end, you're gonna have a custom built willow leaf blade, you're gonna have a custom shaped body that does pivot all the way around, but it's designed to give a wobble side to side while the blade's spinning. The swivel is gonna reduce line twist, you're not gonna get any line twist. Pretty straightforward, it's a spinner. Bunch of cool colors, trouts, yamames, chartreuses, pink backs, all kinds of things. So if that's a bait that speaks to you, those are available now. All right, and finally, guys, I know a lot of you have been enjoying our used and trade-in rods that we've had for sale. We just put up almost all of the rest of our existing inventory, and we slashed prices on it just to try to unload a bunch of it. It's been sitting back there for a while. We would just love to put it in your hands. So anything from, you know, G Loomis to Mega Bass, Daiwa, Shimano, there's all kinds of rods up there, some really beautiful high-end rods that all have a rating system so you guys can see exactly what they are. But we sliced the pricing by about 20% from what they were, so now you're gonna be able to save a ton of money. So maybe scope that out if that's something that speaks to you. Those are also back in stock, new pricing right now. All right, that's a wrap.
Okay.
Cool episode.
I liked it.
Some really fun things. Pretty swim bait heavy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we had 2 different glides, a hard and a soft, 2 different soft baits, right? Kind of a wedge tail and a paddle tail. A pretty cool episode.
Not bad.
Yeah. So, of all the things, your favorite?
The GX reel.
Yeah, you like that over the GS?
Yeah, I think the GX because of the design of it.
Okay. If I'm being honest, I don't remember which one that was. Was it the black one or the silver one? You don't remember either. You're full of shit, motherfucker. Guys, on behalf of myself and Jeff and everybody here at the Hook Up Jackal, thank you for giving us time on your Sunday mornings. For those of you that are drinking with me, cheers. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. If you have questions on anything that we covered, drop it down below. I don't know if anybody's gonna get an answer for you or not because I'm out of here. I'm going to Japan. I got the Osaka show and some other things to do. So cheers, my friends. Thank you guys for your business. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all the love that you have given Lucky Craft over the last few weeks. Let's keep Japan in our prayers. Gambare, Hokuriku. See you guys soon. Peace.